Right now, you may feel like a ghost in your own story. You wake up, you work hard, you push forward, and still, the world walks past you as if you don't exist. Nobody claps, nobody notices, sometimes nobody even cares, and that silence, it cuts deep. It makes you question yourself. It makes you wonder, am I wasting my time? Does any of this even matter? But listen carefully. That silence is not rejection, it's preparation. Every great voice, every leader, every creator once stood exactly where you aren't seen, uncelebrated, unnoticed. Before the spotlight, there is always shadow. Before the applause, there is always silence. And in that silence, something powerful is happening. You're building skills, strength, and resilience that no one can take away. You are becoming the person who will not only reach success but hold it. So don't run from the silence. Don't fear it, because the silence you hate today is shaping the story the world will one day never forget. Right now, you may feel invisible. You're putting in the hours, creating, pushing, showing up every single day. And still, it feels like nobody sees you. No one is clapping, no one is celebrating, and sometimes it feels like no one even cares. But hear me. This silence is not a sign of failure. This silence is the same stage that every champion, every creator, every leader once walked through. Before they were remembered, they were ignored. Before they were celebrated, they were doubted. The silence you feel today is the foundation of your breakthrough tomorrow. Think about the seed. It doesn't sprout the moment it's planted. For weeks, maybe months, it sits buried in complete darkness. No one checks on it. No one claps for it. No one even knows it's alive. But beneath that soil, the seed is hard at work, growing roots, building strength, preparing to rise. And that's you right now. Your roots are growing in silence. The world may not see it yet, but the foundation of your future is forming beneath the surface. This invisible stage, it is a test. It asks, can you keep moving when the applause is absent? Can you keep believing when nobody else believes with you? Most people, they quit here. They can't handle the emptiness of silence. They need validation. They crave recognition. And when it doesn't come, they walk away. But those who endure, those who stay consistent when nobody notices, they are the ones who build unstoppable momentum. Asterisk, think of J.K. Rowling, rejected by 12 publishers, told she had no talent, her story worthless. Today Harry Potter is a global phenomenon. Think of Steve Jobs, fired from the very company he built. He could have vanished, but he came back stronger and changed the world. Oprah Winfrey told she wasn't fit for television, that she lacked the presence to succeed. Today, she is one of the most recognized and respected figures alive. What do these stories tell us? That silence and rejection aren't the end, they're the beginning. Silence feels cruel, but it's a gift. Because if the world noticed you too early before you were ready, you would collapse under the weight of attention. The silence gives you time. Time to sharpen your skills. Time to make mistakes without the spotlight. Time to learn, to grow, to strengthen. In silence, you are free to build without judgment. And when your moment finally comes, you won't just survive it, you'll be ready to carry it. I know the silence hurts. It feels like rejection. It feels like you're shouting into a void, like your efforts don't matter. But let me tell you something. That pain you feel is not wasted. Pain is the strongest signal that you care, that you're alive, that you are still in the fight. And pain, if you allow it, becomes power. Every ounce of frustration, every lonely night, every silent effort, it all becomes fuel for the fire inside you. Even when no one is clapping, you are still progressing. Look closely. Your skills are sharper. Your voice is stronger. Your consistency is deeper. You are not the same person who started this journey. And that change, that transformation, is progress. Progress is not always loud. Progress is not always celebrated. But progress, no matter how quiet, is always powerful. Here's the truth. The world cannot ignore consistency forever. One day your work will align with the right moment, the right audience, the right opportunity, and everything will change. The video nobody saw will be replaced by the video everyone shares. The effort nobody noticed will become the breakthrough everyone talks about. But that only happens if you keep going. The applause doesn't come first, it comes last. And when it comes, it will echo everything you've endured. So here you stand, at a crossroads. The silence around you whispers, quit. It's not worth it. No one cares. But deep inside, another voice is calling, keep going. Don't stop. Your time is coming. You can quit now and join the many who gave up, or you can rise above the silence, rise above the doubt, rise above the emptiness, and become someone undeniable. The applause will come, but only if you endure the silence. Asterisk, so don't despise the silence. Embrace it. Let it sharpen you. Let it prepare you. Let it make you unshakable. Because every legend, every icon, every success story once stood in the shadows. They were ignored, they were doubted, they were unseen, but they did not stop. They refused to quit. And when their moment finally arrived, the applause shook the world from silence. To applause, your time is coming. So here's the truth. The silence you feel right now is not the end of your story, it is the beginning. Every great breakthrough, every unforgettable name, every unstoppable success was once ignored, doubted, overlooked. They kept working while no one clapped. They kept building while no one noticed. And then suddenly the world turned its head. their silence transformed into applause. That same transformation is waiting for you. But it will only arrive if you endure, if you stay consistent, if you refuse to quit when it feels like nobody cares. Because one day, without warning, the very people who ignored you will not be able to forget you. The very silence that felt endless will become thunderous applause. So, stand tall. Keep moving, keep creating, keep believing, because silence is not your enemy. It's your training ground. And when your moment arrives, when the curtain lifts, when the spotlight shines, the applause will be louder because of everything you overcame. From silence to applause, remember these words: your time is coming. You may feel small. You may feel like your efforts are whispers lost in a storm, like your work is falling into an abyss no one notices. And yet here you are, showing up, trying again, refusing to quit. That persistence alone is proof that you are different, proof that there is fire in you, that even silence cannot suffocate. Because silence is not the end of your story. It is the birthplace of greatness. Think about the mountain. Do you think it rises overnight? No, it is formed layer by layer, pressure by pressure, unseen shifts beneath the earth until one day it pierces the sky. That is you, right now. The pressure, the waiting, the struggle, it is building the foundation of something unshakable. The world only notices the peak, but the true strength is always in the foundation. And your foundation is being built right now, in silence. I know what it feels like to be overlooked, to pour your energy, your heart, your soul into something and watch the world scroll past as if you don't exist. I know how heavy that silence feels, how it can weigh on your chest until breathing itself feels like a burden. But I also know this: silence does not mean you're failing. Silence means you are still in the fight. And if you're still in the fight, you're still in the game. And if you're still in the game, victory is still possible. Think of history's greatest. They were not born into applause. They were not handed recognition. They endured obscurity. They walked through silence. They faced doubt, rejection, and failure. And yet they kept going. Thomas Edison tested 10,000 times before the light bulb worked. 10,000 moments of failure. 10,000 moments of silence. 10,000 opportunities to quit. But he didn't, and because he didn't, the world was changed forever. Think of Colonel Sanders, rejected over 1,000 times before someone finally believed in his recipe. 1,000 doors closed in his face. 1,000 voices said no. But he only needed one yes, and the world still knows his name today. Think of Nelson Mandela, 27 years in prison. Silence, isolation, forgotten by many. But when he emerged, his voice carried the weight of a nation, and his legacy changed the course of history. What do these stories prove? That silence is not the enemy. Silence is the training ground of destiny. So let me ask you, what will you do with your silence? Will you crumble under its weight, or will you let it forge you into someone unstoppable? Will you see silence as proof that you don't matter, or will you see it as proof that you are still being prepared? Because make no mistake, silence is not empty. Silence is filled with lessons. Silence is filled with strength. Silence is filled with opportunity, and those who master the silence, master the breakthrough. The truth is, most people quit here. They stop before the breakthrough. They stop before the recognition. They stop before the applause. They let silence convince them that they are invisible, that they are not enough, that their efforts are wasted. But not you, not today, not now. Because if you're hearing these words, it means something inside of you refuses to die. It means that even in silence, there is a voice in you that says, keep going. And that voice, that tiny whisper inside your heart, is more powerful than the silence outside of you. Look at yourself closely. Really look. You may think nothing has changed. You may think silence has robbed you of progress, but it hasn't. Your patience has grown. Your resilience has strengthened. Your skills have sharpened. You are not who you were when you started. You have been transformed in silence. And that transformation will be the very thing that carries you into applause. Imagine this: a seed buried underground. No one sees it. No one notices. Days pass, weeks, months. The world walks by, unaware. But beneath the surface, something extraordinary is happening. Roots are growing. Strength is building. Life is forming. And then one day it breaks through the soil, and once it rises, nothing can stop it. That is your story. That is your journey. That is your silence right now. The applause is coming. The recognition is coming. The breakthrough is coming. But only if you refuse to quit here. Only if you keep showing up in the silence. Because here's the truth. Consistency beats talent when talent doesn't show up. Consistency beats luck when luck never arrives. Consistency is the one thing the world cannot ignore forever. And you, by enduring silence, are building consistency that nothing can stop. So when the silence hurts, remind yourself, this is my training. When the silence feels heavy, remind yourself, this is my foundation. When the silence makes you want to quit, remind yourself, quitting here means I never see the applause that was waiting for me. And you deserve that applause. You deserve that breakthrough. You deserve that moment when the world finally turns and says, we see you now. But understand this: the applause will not come because you were lucky. It will not come because it was handed to you. It'll come because you endured what others could not. It will come because you stayed when others left. It will come because you kept going when the silence screamed at you to quit. And when that applause comes, it will not just be noise, it will be thunder. It will shake the ground beneath you. It will echo every sleepless night, every painful silence, every moment you almost gave up. And in that moment you will know it was worth it. Every second, every struggle, every silent day. So don't despise the silence. Embrace it. Walk through it. Let it shape you. Let it sharpen you. Because this silence is not your ending, it is your preparation. And when your time arrives, when the spotlight shines, when the world finally claps, you will not just survive it. You will own it. You will rise to it. You will hold it. From silence to applause, this is your journey. This is your story. This is your destiny. So stand tall. Keep going. Refuse to quit. Because your time is not just coming, it is already on its way.